Every now and again, a thought comes creeping in. Is it worth it all? There's so much of the story that I have never told, and it feels so cold. With this shadow of a life, it's hard to breathe. I still need you here to help me see my reflection in the mirror. But could this be these fames and riches, what they've done to me? 'Cause every day and every way there's someone who needs me outside of my own shadow. The word it came today that all of my friends, they went away. No one here to stand beside me, save me from them or watch me bleed. Bring on your words, bring on the poisons too. Bring on the knife that pierces through my veins. Bring on the pain, bring on the hardships too. Bring on your flames that burn me